Hello friends, so today I will discuss two problems and both are similar sort of problem and they are related to build a tree. So first one is 108 lead code, which is to convert sorted array to binary search tree. So in the input we will be given an array basically and it's in sorted order, and we have to generate a binary search tree. So for example, for this input array -10 -3 0 5 9, we can build this binary tree, and the condition is like we hide valence. So what does it mean? It means the depth of the two subtrees of every node never differs by more than one. Second problem is to create binary tree. It is almost similar. So now we have been given two array. One is pre-order traversal and second is in-order traversal, and we have to create a binary tree based on these two. Example, we have been given input like pre-order is this 3 9 20 15 7, in order 9 3 15 27. So what is in order? In order means we first traverse the left child, then the node, and then the right child. So it will be like in order, left, node, right. So if you see, the in order traversal of this tree will be 9 3 15 27. So it has been given as part of this input. And pre-order means first the node, then left, then right child. So 3 9 20 15 7, right? So once these two are given, we have to create a binary tree. So let's take an example. So we have been given an input array. This is sorted input array, and we have to create a binary search tree with height balanced. So what does it mean? That it should not, the difference of left subtree and right subtree height should not be more than 1. So initially if we think that let's take the first element and make it as a root, right, and then go to second element. Now -3, because -3 is greater than -10, so we have to put it here. Okay, then I go to 0, and 0 again will compare with -10. So 0 is greater than -10, so it will come right side, and 0 is again greater than -3, so we have to insert 0 here. And remember, this is a binary search tree, so we have to make sure that the property like the right side should always be greater than the node and left side should always be smaller than the node. So when we are going to insert, we have to traverse from root and find out the position where we can insert the current value. Okay, so for 5, what 5 is greater than -10, so we'll go right. 5 is greater than -3, we'll go right. 5 is greater than 0, so we'll get right. Okay, same way for 9. So 9 is greater than -10, greater than -3, greater than 0, and greater than 9. So we'll end up with this tree. And this is not a balanced tree. Anyway, it is a tree. It's a binary search tree. It's a but it is not balanced. We see it's like each node has only one child, and that is like its right child, and it becomes something like a linked list. But this is not what question has asked. If question has asked us like create or build a binary search tree from given and sorted array, or given an array, we could have just created this one and we are good. But the question also has the second part where it says it should be balanced, so that the difference between left subtree and right subtree for any node should not be greater than 1. As we know, it's a sorted array and we are going to create a binary search tree. So we can take the middle element, so that we know it will be almost equal. So for example, if we, in this case, we have 5 element, so left will have 2, right will have 2, and 0 will come at the root. So so left and right subtree is properly balanced. But in the worst case scenario, if we have one more element, for example, suppose we have 10 at the end and we make 5 as a root, and right side will have 9 and 10 2, but left hand sides will have -10 -3 0 3. Again the balance will be 3 minus 2, that is 1. So it will solve our problem. So we are going to make a binary search tree where the differences of height from any node to its left subtree and right subtree should not be greater than 1. So from this approach, if we take the middle element and then take all the left values in the left of the tree, right values in the right of the tree, and again do the same approach, it will solve our problem where the balance the tree will be height balanced. Okay, so let me solve this problem using the same approach. So we will take the middle element, make it as a node, and again we will call the same function to build a tree, but this time we'll pass all the elements to left of this element as a left child. So I will pass this minus 10 3 to left of this 0 and 5 9 to left of this 0, oh sorry, right of this 0. Now I need to again repeat the same. So I will take again the middle element. So in this case the middle element will be 2 by 2 once 3. So I will take 3 here, and then I will do the same thing to left and right child. So what I need to do, I need to take the middle element. In this case middle element will be 3, and I need to take all the values which are left to 3 and pass it to the left tree of 3, and all the elements which are right to 3 pass it as the right element of the 3 node. So here we see that there is no right element to 3, so it will be all null, and to left we have minus 10. So let me do the same. We will have 3 and minus 10 will come here, right? And same way we'll do for right side child of 0. So we will take middle element which is 9 here, and 5 will come to its left, right? So now we are done. So we have to stop when there is only one element left, then we can simply stop and this tree is ready. Okay, so let's start. So first always we need to check base condition. If this nums equals null, so we are given a null value, or nums dot length equals 0, you can simply return null. So we cannot create a tree in case that nums array is empty or null. Second, we can simply call a function. I'll call it as build BST. It's a build binary search tree, and I will pass nums. And what do we need? So we have seen that we need to somehow track left and right. For left values we need to have 2 index, so start index and end index. So initially start index is 0 and end index is the total length, nums dot length minus 1, because it's always 0 based. And yeah, that's it here. Now I need to create a function private, and its return type is tree node, and its name is build BST. I have input as int array nums, and I will call it at start index or start, and int end index. Again we have to check the base conditions. So if and what should be base condition here, because for nums we have already checked, and we are not going to change nums array. So we will just use start and end indexes to find out what values we need to take, but we will not going to decrease the size of nums array or delete any value from nums array. So here no need to verify what we are doing with nums. We can simply check if start is greater than end. So in a situation whenever start is greater than end, you just return null. So because we no need to process anything. Okay, then we saw we need a middle element, so I will take a mid variable, and what this mid variable will be, it will be start plus end by 2. And next I will create a root node with this mid element, and we will pass nums mid to it. So root node is created. Now I need to call the same function for its left child. So root dot left equals same function, so build BST, and this time you have to pass array the left of this. So 0 has become root, so I need to pass minus 10 and minus 3. So minus 10 will be at index start, but end index will be the index of 0 minus 1. So index of 0 is here 2, and this is already been created as a root. So index of minus 3 will become index of 1. So I need to pass 0 comma 1. So it will declare the complete array length which needs to be passed to create left subtree. So again nums array start and mid minus 1, because mid is already created as root. And same way root dot right. Now I need to call same function, and what do I need to pass to this one? Again nums, and now the start will be from here. So mid plus 1 to end, right? and at the end we can just simply return root. So that's it. So same will be repeated. So for example, as I already gave you an example, so initially the nums is this much and we have created root from middle, that 0 is the root. Now -10 -3, this is again an array and it is passed again to a function to create the root dot left. So it will be generating zeros left, and again that left will keep on calling until it becomes like a single element in the array. And because we are not going to update array, we are not going to increase or decrease size of array or remove or add elements in the array, so that's where we are playing with the start and end index, and these two indexes will tell the current length of the array which we need to take care in the current function. So when I call root dot left and pass start at 0 and end as 1, so what does it mean? I have not reduced the array, but I have given the instruction that you have to use this part of the array. So that's where these two indexes are coming into pic. Okay, so let me quickly run this code. Accepted. Submit this code. Okay, so this is accepted. So let's talk about space and time complexity. So time complexity is simple because anyway we are going to visit each element only once, so it will be order of n. So n is the number of elements in the input array. Okay, so let's discuss space complexity now. So here we are not using any arrays to process. We are simply using one mid variable, then root dot left, and these are like order of 1. These will be considered as order of 1. And if at the end anyway we are creating a tree, and that tree will take order of n space, where n is the number of elements in the nums. But let's not consider the output space here. Apart from output space of order of n, we need this for calling this recursive function, and this recursive function will be called how many times? So let's try to see. So when I am first time, I will create this 0 as a root, then I will call for half of its element which are in the left side, and then again half, and once this left part is completely done, we are again calling right side. So it will be again passed half element, next time half. So in the scenario where we always reduce almost the size wise by n by 2 in each step, so that is called order of log n. So this recursive function call will take maximum order of log n space in stack memory, where n is the number of elements in the input array. So that's it for this problem. Let's move to second problem. Okay, so let's see this second problem where we are given pre-order and in-order traversal of a binary tree in an array form, and we have to create a tree. As we know, pre-order is like first you visit node, then left, and then right, and in order you visit left, node, right in a tree. So it's always good to take the value from pre-order and make it as a root first, because we always know that whenever we are doing a pre-order, the first value is always the node or root basically whenever we are starting from the initial, so it will be root. So we can take 3 and make it as a root. Now we have to generate left and right subtree. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to search this value 3, so root node's value 3 in this in order traversal. So in this case it's here, and we need to pass all the values left to it as in left child to this 3, and to right we will pass 15, 20, 7, and that's it. And we need to repeat the same process. So we always have to create the root element or current node element looking at the pre-order array, and left and right subtree you have to take from the in order array. So like we did here, so first time we created the first node of the in order as an root node, and we passed left values from the in order, so whatever element were left to this node value, and right we passed to right of 3. So we have to do the same. So we'll come here again, we'll see, okay, 9 is here, so we'll create 9 as root, and now we don't have any left or right values, so we will just leave it here. Again we'll come here in pre-order and array we have 20, so we'll make this 20 as an current node, and again the left values of 20 are 15 and right is 7. So we will again call the same function to its left and right, and it will become like 15 and 7. So I am here, so let me start writing the code. So we have been given in order and pre-order. So anyway, first we'll check the base condition, if pre-order equals null or in order equals null, then simply return null. You don't need to do anything. We'll create a helper function. I will call it as a build tree or whatever you want to call it. What does it need? It again needs a pre-order traversal, in order traversal, and now I know two indices to maintain the left and right element for in order. So I will have first, so initially it will be 0 and in order dot length -1. So every time I call a function, I need to update these two variables to tell that the left subtree of this current node or root node should be created from these many elements, and the right subtree should be created from these many elements. Because we are not going to again trim or remove any element from in order, we have to take two indices just to tell the current function what is the length of the array to be used. Okay, then we need one more variable to take the index of pre-order. We'll take it as a global variable, so I will start writing this function. Return type is tree node, build tree, int array, I will call it pre-order as pre, I will call in order as in, and I will take as in order start and in order end. So I will rename them like this. And again, because here we are tracking the in order array length based on start and end index, and initially we'll pass 0 as start index and length -1 as end index. So base condition have to be written based on these two indexes. So I will say if in s greater than in end, so just simply return null. So now you are done, because we need to create root node. So we know root node should be created by a pre-order, because pre-order is like first it gives the root index, root value. So I will call it tree node root equals new tree node, and I need to take the value from pre-order array, and what will be, and it will be index first time index 0, so pre-index, and then I need to just increase its value. So next time, so first time I will be here, so I will create 3, and I will then next time I need to create 9. So that's where I am increasing this pre-index. So need to know, because I know the node here in order traversal, whatever left to this node will be left subtree, and whatever right to this node will be right subtree. So I just first I need to find this value. So int, I'll say index of root node, and I need to find this node in orders array, and what I need to find, I need to find root dot val. So I need to find basically what I am trying to do. So root dot val will be 3. I am going to find the index of the 3, and then once, for example, suppose I found this index, so in this case it's 1, then what I need to do, as previous question, I just need to call root dot left, again call the same function, and I need, so we are not going to decrease or increase anything in these two arrays, so we can pass as it is. We are going to play with in start and in end. So whenever I am passing left, so in start will remain same, and in the end will be index -1. So here, so index will be 1. So whenever I am calling left side, I will pass this here. So total length will be from 0 to, so for example 0 to 0 in this case. Okay, and root dot right, I will again call the same function build tree, pre-order, in order, and now I have to go here, right? So if this is the index, so index +1 to the end of the array. So in end, index +1 to in end, and once it is done, I just need to return root, and this will be done for every call. Okay, so I just have to implement this function. So it's a function which returns the index of that node in order array. So I have return type as int, and find node, and again it's a int array I will call, and I need to find in some value, so I will write it as value. I have to loop and return back the index. So I will have for int I is equal 0, I less than in dot length I ++, and whenever the current value, which is in order at I, becomes value, you simply return the current index, which is I, and at the end I have to return something. It doesn't matter, you just return -1. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Okay, I'm using this name here and other name here, so let me change it to index. Okay, and it is done. So let's see the space and time complexity of this function. So time complexity is order of n because we have to visit each element of the in order or pre-order in arrays. Space complexity can be order of n because in the case where tree is not balanced and we have all the elements like as the right child of all the elements, so we will have like a linked list. So in that case, this function call will go all the way down to the all elements, so it will become order of n. So space complexity is order of n. Again, we are building a tree, so resultant tree will have space complexity of order of n. That's it, friends. Please like and subscribe and share this video, and I'll be coming with some more tree problem. Then I'll start dynamic problems and some graph problems. Thanks for watching. Bye.